is how we cut a basic men's shirt. So this one is a round one without a button. So my client's chest is 44. 44 divided by 4 is 11. 11, and then I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'll mark 12. So I'll fold this fabric into 2 like this. This is just for the front. So, and then I'll take the length. The length of this shirt is 28 inches. So I have my 28 here. And then I'm going to add extra 2.5 inches for allowance. So here we have 2.5 inches for allowance. So I'm going to cut this out and set it aside. So I'm going to put this aside. I'll put this aside and then fold again. And this is it. I'm going to fold the fabric again into 2, like I folded for the first one, 12 inches. So now we have our 12 inches. So now for the back of this shirt, we are going to take the normal, like the front. The length is 28 inches. I'm going to add 28 here. I'll mark it out. And then I'll mark the allowance we added of 2.5 inches. I'll mark it out. And then I'll add extra 3.5 inches for the front dropping, like this. So now I'll cut this out. Cut this out. And we can start with the cutting. Good. So now we are going to set this piece aside and then bring back the piece, the first piece. I'm going to lay the front on top of the back like this. Please, I hope you are following. I'm going to lay it on top like this. So now let's get to the cutting. So this is the front. I've laid it on top of the back. Okay, so we are going to start the drafting from here. So for men clothing, we drop the shoulder by 2 inches, which is standard, but it depends on the shoulder of the person we are drafting the pattern for or the clothing for. So for this person, the chest is not that broad, so I'm going to drop the shoulder by 2 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to use my rule and then drop the shoulder like this. Please, I hope you understand. So I'm going to cut this off. Needed. So I'll cut this off. So here is the trick. So now watch closely. I'm going to drop the front to meet the edge, of the back like this. Okay, and then I'll flip the back like half of an inch on top of the front like this. See what I'm doing? Flip it over like this, half of an inch, because that is what I'll be using to join it. And then I'll take the across back measurement of my client. This client, his across back measurement is 20. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. And then I'm going to add extra ½ inch for the joining allowance, joining the sleeve to the shirt. Then I'll mark it here. So that makes it 10.5. So I'm going to mark 10.5 down here. Okay, then I'll get the midpoint of these 2 lines, which is 4. Then mark it right here. And then come in ½ of an inch. This is for the front armhole. because the front armhole is always deeper than the back armhole. So I'm going to use my curve, place it on this 1/2 inch here, like this, and then I'm going to draw out my armhole. For my back armhole, I'm just going to place it on it like this, and then draw the back armhole out. I hope you understand. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is the neck. So I'm going to open this off and then get the neck. Okay. I'm going to use a standard measurement for this neck. So I'm going to take 3 inches, a neck width of 3 inches, and then I'll mark it out. And then I'll take a neck depth of another 3 inches and mark it out. I'm just going to use my free hand to join this neck like this. Then I'll cut it out. So I'm now coming to get the back armhole, the back neck. So to get the back neck, I'm going to notch here, not here like that. I'm going to notch here and then open it up. Then measure 2 inches, and then use my free hand to curve that neck out. Then I'll cut it out. Then we are done for the neck. So now I'm going to cut the armhole. So first, I'll cut out the back armhole. Then I'll take out the front. Can you see? I'm not cutting it with the back. I'll cut the front armhole out. Like this. So in case you want to shape your client's shirt, this is where you are going to shape it. But this shirt I'm making for my client, I'm not going to shape it because I'm going to open the side. That is why I'm not going to shape it. And my client wants his shirt free on him, so I don't have to shape it. But if your client wants their shirt shaped, then you can measure from the shoulder to where your client's waist is, and then you can impute the waist measurement, and that is how you shape a shirt. Please, I hope you understand. So we are done with this front now. We are going to put this aside and then cut a yoke for the back, because the back always has a yoke to make the shirt a bit heavy at the back. So to cut the yoke, I'm going to fold the fabric. I'm going to fold the fabric into 2, like this. My fabric has a pattern, a name on it, so I have to be extra careful when folding so I don't turn it upside down. So I'm just going to fold the fabric into 2 like this. I hope you can see. And then I'm going to put the back on it like this. So this actually depends on your preference, how long you want your yoke. The yoke shouldn't be too long actually, else it won't be nice. So, but some prefer their yoke small, short, Some prefer their yoke long. It all depends on your preference, okay? So you are going to lay the back on top of this, like this. Then you are going to cut it out. You put it on it like this, and then cut the exact thing, okay? Cut the exact thing. Okay, you can choose how long you want your yoke. okay? It all depends on you. There is no standard for how long you should get the yoke, but it all depends on you. So in this case, I want a V shape for my yoke, okay? I want a V shape for my yoke. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put my ruler like this, okay? And then get my V shape out like this. It's that simple. I hope you can see. I hope this fabric is not blocking. Okay, like this. And then now you cut this out. So this is the back yoke. And so because I'm going to have a zip on the shoulder of this shirt, I have to cut a facing for the front. Okay, because of the zip at the shoulder, I need to get a facing for the front. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. To get the facing, you just put it, you put the fabric, this is actually the front fabric, you just put it on top of this like this. It's folded, and then you get the neck out like this. The facing is not supposed to be too big. The biggest you can make is just 3 inches. So from the shoulder here, measure 3 inches like this. And then you drop it down to the 3 inches. Take it off and then measure 3 inches throughout. Measure 3 inches throughout like this. Okay, and then now you can cut this out. So now we have the facing for the front. This is the facing. So next we are going to cut the sleeves. First we need to take the length of the sleeve. The length of this, my client's sleeve, is 8 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to add extra 3 inches for folding and joining allowance. Okay, and then I'm going to draw it out like this. So this is how to get the sleeve. So to get the sleeve, I'm going to measure 4 inches here for the bicep, and then I'm going to take my client's around arm is 8, sorry, plus 1 inch sewing allowance here, and then this is how I'm going to join it. I'll take a curve, watch me carefully, with just my free hand, just a curve like this, and that's all. So you measure it to be sure it is the same as what you have on the shirt, okay? And there I have it, exactly 12 inches. My client's around arm is 15 into 2, sorry, 15 into 2 is 7.5. And then I'm going to add extra 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'll put the same measurement here, 8 3/4. I'll put the same measurement here, 8 3/4 here. Then I'll join it stylish, okay, like this. So that's all for our sleeve. I'm just going to cut this out. And then I'm going to use this one to cut the second sleeve. Okay. This. And then then I'll cut it out. And then a notch here as well. And then that's all for this class. We have our sleeves, okay, our 2 sleeves. We have our front, here is the back with the yoke. Okay, we have our back with the yoke, we have our front with the facing, and then that's all for this class. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be giving you a sewing tutorial for this shirt actually, so please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.